When we think of the greatest heroes in Invincible, characters like Mark Grayson, Alan the Alien, and even Omni-Man typically come to mind. These are the powerhouses, the figures who are marked by their overwhelming strength and bold, heroic actions. But today we're going to make a case for somebody who doesn't quite fit that mold. A hero whose greatest act wasn't defined by his power, but his sacrifice and growth. Rex Splode was never the most traditional hero. He was brash, cocky, and often selfish, traits that made him difficult to root for at first. However, his journey in Invincible proves that true heroism isn't about perfection, power, or even popularity. Sometimes the greatest hero is the one that makes the most difficult choice in the end, no matter the cost. Rex's introduction in the Invincible universe is far from heroic. He starts off as a brash, self-absorbed member of the teen team, constantly clashing with his teammates and antagonizing his more serious counterparts. He was the character who on the surface appeared to be more about his own ego than anything else. From his arguments with Adam Eve to his general lack of respect for authority, Rex seemed like the last person who would ever become the savior of the day. In fact, many fans wrote him off as just another character who would get lost in the shadows of more iconic figures. He wasn't the strongest fighter or the most virtuous person. He was simply Rex. But over time, the cracks in Rex's persona began to show. Despite his outward bravado, there was an undeniable vulnerability to him. Beneath the snark and posturing was a man who was unsure of his place in the world, struggling to reconcile his actions with the idea of being a hero. Rex's true heroism didn't come from how many enemies he could take down or the explosive moments he created. It came in the moments when he was forced to make a choice that no one else could. A choice to stand up, make the right call, and ultimately fight for something greater than himself. One of the most defining moments of Rex's heroism came during the battle with the Mahler twins, a fight that tested the teen team to their limits. Although Rex's behavior in the earlier parts of his story was often driven by ego or self-interest, he showed a deeper layer of courage when his team needed him most. However, the true test of his heroism didn't come in that battle. Instead, it was during later events, when Rex's growth as a person led him to make difficult choices for the good of the team and those he cared about. It wasn't about the glory of combat or heroic solo moments. It was about his willingness to fight for others. Even when it meant compromising his own desires, Rex's true moment of heroism wasn't in one single explosive act, but in his evolution into someone who could think beyond his own pride. Rex learned the importance of trust, sacrifice, and what it truly means to put others first. This resulted in moments of true selflessness, where he chose to fight for his team and to make difficult decisions for the greater good, even if those choices weren't always seen as immediately heroic. When Rex exploded, it wasn't just his body that was consumed by the blast. It was his entire character arc. His evolution from an arrogant, self-centered teenager to someone who truly understood the weight of heroism. In his final moments, Rex showed us that heroism isn't always about grandstanding. It's not about how many bad guys you can defeat, or how many medals you collect along the way. The greatest heroes are the ones who make the ultimate sacrifice when no one else can. Rex Splode's act wasn't born from desperation. It was born from a deep understanding of what it truly meant to protect the ones you love. Rex Splode's legacy in Invincible was often overlooked, but his impact is undeniable. In the aftermath of his sacrifice, his teammates, who once viewed him as nothing more than a troublemaker, are forced to confront the profound courage that Rex exhibited. It was his willingness to step up when it counted most that left a lasting mark on the rest of the Invincible universe. Rex's journey wasn't about flashy powers or becoming a classic hero. It was about recognizing that true strength lies in the decisions you make when nobody else can make them for you. His sacrifice became the turning point for the entire team, showing them what it means to be selfless, to fight for something greater than yourself. Rex Splode's journey teaches us that heroes come in many forms. Sometimes they're ones who stand tall on the battlefield, fighting back to back with their comrades, but other times they're the ones who make the tough decisions to walk away, to risk everything for the greater good. Rex wasn't perfect, he wasn't always the hero we wanted him to be, but in his final moments, he became the hero we needed. He showed us that being a hero isn't about being flawless. It's about being willing to do what no one else can do when it matters most. In the end, Rex Splode wasn't just another hero in the Invincible universe, he was the greatest hero. Not because he was the most powerful, not because he had the most impact on the world, but because he embodied the true spirit of heroism. He made the hard choice when it mattered most, proving that heroism is about sacrifice, growth, and doing the right thing even when it costs you everything. Rex Splode's legacy will live on as a reminder that the greatest heroes are often the ones who aren't afraid to embrace their flaws, learn from them, and make the ultimate sacrifice when called upon. Thanks for watching this tribute to Rex Splode. If you agree that Rex was truly the greatest hero in Invincible, leave a comment down below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and, stick around.